Can you hear me?
All right, guys. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on when and where you're logging in from. And welcome to this special announcement webinar about the Elicpcity Debit card. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Andreas Cartwood. I am the creator and founder of the Elicpcity ecosystem. It is my pleasure to have you all here for this special and unique announcement. Now, we have been waiting for this for a long time, guys. We have done something remarkable, something that no one else has accomplished before. And we are paving the way through uncharted territory. And it is my pleasure to be partnering up with an amazing, amazing human being, which I will introduce very, very soon. Now, we have been longing for this for the past 4 months. And finally, my friends, finally, we are about to release what everyone has been waiting for. Now, before we move on, let me just close off the chat because we will not have a Q&A today. We will receive all questions through an email, which we will then have a Q&A form, which we will reply everyone on that later on. This is a pure announcement call, a positivity call where we are bringing something unique to the Elicpcity ecosystem. Now, with that, I want to introduce to you all a very good friend of mine. Now, the Elicpcity is partnering with Oolala. So we are not only going to talk to the CEO and the founder of Oolala. Now, this person is also the winner of the first blockchain NASDAQ summit. He's also the winner of the Vatican Laduto Challenge. And recently, he also did a talk on TEDx on financial inclusion, and that is just some of it. Now, I want to introduce you all to Mr. Oscar Garcia, the CEO of Oolala and our partner, which is bringing us the Elicpcity Debit card. Mr. Oscar, are you there?
Yes. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
We can see you and hear you loud and clear, my friend. How are you today?
Okay, I have to apologize because obviously we've been running late nights, doing all sorts of things to get ready for this company's launch and everything else. But, you know, I'm happy to be here and I'm happy to obviously be a part of this launch because not only is it something that you guys want, but I believe that there's synergy between both companies. So I really appreciate you having me here so we can explain to everybody what's going on.
Yes.
And now,
take it away,
how okay, so you want me to take it? Okay, I was gonna say, how much do you want me to tell them?
Well, yeah, well, tell them everything. Tell them what we're doing, what you guys have been doing for us, who you are, why you have chosen, and why we have chosen to partner with each other. And let's hear your version of it all. I think that is what a lot of people want to hear.
Yeah, I think this is one of those times where the backstory matters, right? And what I'm doing is I'm actually pulling up the video of us at the Vatican where we were with the cardinals, and the Pope did something that's called the encyclical paper, the Laudato Si encyclical paper. And what the Pope did here, this is an interview that we did in Rome, where we were part of their launch. And the Laudato Si encyclical paper is looking for companies that have an impact around the world. This is myself and the CEO of the Laudato Si Challenge in Rome at St. Peter's being interviewed, and we made a commitment to help 10 million refugees become bankable. Now, the problem is you don't do that by mistake. You have to have the right partners in order for you to accomplish a lot of those huge undertakings. This is them mentioning how Oolala is actually going to be used at the Vatican's Laudato Si Challenge to actually pay 900,000 refugees in 50 countries around the world digitally. Now, that's a very important scenario because prior to blockchain, prior to decentralization, there was no real easy way to accomplish these tasks. So when they asked us about our technology, we informed them that we were making this technology to bank the unbanked, to bank those individuals that the banks don't want you to know about, to bank those individuals that are forgotten, right? Most banks do not want to deal with folks that have less than $1,000 in the bank account. That's not fair. I am a son of a migrant, and I don't know how you folks react to that, but let me give you an understanding. When I was lucky enough to be in my mom's belly to come over to the United States, I was lucky enough to be born in the United States, but not many people are. But what they don't realize is the hardship you go through this. And we mentioned some of this at the TED Talk in London. The Rehabilitation Bank in London asked me to speak to all these bankers around Europe and tell them why financial inclusion matters to migrants and why should that matter to the world. What we showed them at the TEDx talk is that migrants build businesses 80% more than regular people born in those countries. When someone migrates into the countries, they have that entrepreneurial spirit. They have that willingness to do whatever it takes to feed their family. And entrepreneurship is one of the vehicles that is used constantly, especially with women. So just to give you an idea, I was born in a doghouse, literally. My first home was my mom had to sleep in a doghouse while she was pregnant, and then she went into labor, and then they got her out of the doghouse. You know, we obviously went into the clinic. She gave birth to me, and we became farmers, right? We were strawberry pickers in California. Throughout all those endeavors, my mom started a small business. My mom started making her own money. My mom looked for opportunity that wasn't allowed to be given to her easily. Why? Because she didn't have a bank account. Why? Because she didn't know how to cash her own check. Why? Because she didn't know there was no online digital banks back then. So when we entered into the endeavor of creating Ooh La La, we wanted to create a system that can turn companies into their own challenger bank that dealt with people that in financial inclusion, that dealt with the unbanked, that dealt with, that wanted the same goals that we did, that if we can bank the world, think about this. There is literally 2 billion people that don't have bank accounts around the world, right? If you bank them and they all just put in $1, you have $2 billion more inside the ecosystem than if you would outside the ecosystem. Just think about that. We're not stealing clients from another industry or taking them from another competitor. We're creating a new ecosystem. And that leads us to what we're doing with Elicpcity, right? And I'll turn around and just share with you the card. This is the new Elicpcity Challenger Bank FinTech platform. Why? Because if we believe the same thing we believe, where digital economies are the future, what does digital economies do? It reduces costs. It increases efficiency. It makes the playing field fair, where it doesn't matter where you came from. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you were someone like me, born in it from a doghouse and then became an entrepreneur. All the opportunities that our families gave us can be realized. Because my mom had the guts to do what she did, I became part of the Olympic diving team. I got to be in a sport that taught me discipline, that taught me effort, that my whole goal was to go to the Olympics representing the United States. I was flipping and diving, and my sport was diving. I was flipping and spinning my way into the 1992 Olympic trials, but I hit my head. I didn't make it. I hit the 10-meter platform. That accident, took me away, but that accident led me to an entrepreneur, someone who actually won. It was Inc. Magazine's list of top companies, and we were the #1 fastest growing company in the history of Inc. Magazine for 3 years straight. And that owner, I got to bring him coffee. Why? Because of one woman's willingness to come over to the United States to get into this opportunity, right, of building her own business, of building her own stuff, led me to a sport that led me to a multimillionaire that shattered records at Inc. 500. I brought him coffee, and he taught me business skills. In 1995, I started programming way before anybody else was programming. And they used to call us geeks. Now they call us engineers. Times have changed, right? We were in the forefront of launching companies like Amazon and whatnot. I helped 125 companies launch in the dot-com boom. And still, they called us geeks. And they said the internet was a fad. They said those are only for children, that the internet will go away. In fact, Xerox thought that because they created the mouse and they created the GUI that you see on your computer, Xerox created that, they gave it away to Microsoft. They gave it away to Apple because it was a thought. It was a toy, according to them. You fast forward 10, 20 years, now you have Bitcoin, now you have crypto, now you have blockchain. And what did people say when that was coming out? It's a fad. It's going to go away. Now it's mainstream. What are they going to say about challenger banks, right? All the banks are saying, no, we control this economy. We control the movement of money. We control this. And we say there's a new platform out there that's turning companies into their own challenger banks if they meet our criteria. And it's stringent, and it's somewhere in the middle. But if you can do it, you become the next round of what banking should be, the next version of what banking should be. So this digital challenger bank evolution is our goal of what we want to bring to the table. And with Elicpcity, of what, not only Elicpcity, but there's new endeavors that you, Andreas, are doing that I'm not sure if you're sharing with them, but when we sat down and you told me, listen, we can inspire a new industry. There's an old industry out there. I'm just going to give you a clue, guys. I'm not going to say it because I promise Andreas. But there's an old industry out there. It's not old. It's part of the dot-com boom. But over $300 billion is spent yearly, and 25% of all companies use this type of product, but it's never been done in blockchain. And what Andreas is doing is pivoting that industry as well, where you can turn it into some kind of blockchain version of that industry that will literally take 20-30% of that industry's GDP. This is huge because 80% of people around the world, outside of big countries like the United States and Europe, 80% of people are entrepreneurs. This industry I'm talking about is going to touch them, is going to drive them to a blockchain version of what they're already doing. So it's not a shift of mindset, it's a shift of habits. You add that with the Challenger Bank digital banking system that we're launching today with Elicpcity, and you have a win-win scenario. And just to give you an idea, just think about this. What can you do as a group? What can you do as a group if you launch your own Challenger Bank digital banking system today for your users? But what would happen if in a couple of months, all your users, all the people you get involved, can actually start getting their friends and family inside of your own Challenger Bank system? It would be explosion. Think about it. If 100,000 people right now are using this card because they're part of your network, in the next 2 months, literally Elicpcity is going to have the ability to have a consumer model of this where you can actually get your neighbor, your friend, your cousin. In my case, I'm Latino. We have 200 cousins easily on first generation. What happens when we start spreading the news that there's a new digital system that can do quite a bit? The new app, Andreas has seen it. We're launching it. It's beautiful. It's phenomenal. It has all of the banking you would want, plus the digital cryptocurrency liquidation system, where you can liquidate your crypto, have it on your wallet, and be able to move it into your Visa card. That is the future. And being a platform that's agnostic, that's bringing all those users, we just partnered up with Ripple. Ripple's giving us access to their 400 banks around the world. They're giving us the ability to actually move money better around the world. And this DeFi movement right now that's going on, we are literally the example of that. The Elicpcity Challenger Bank system that is launched through the Ulala platform is literally going to be the perfect example of what DeFi should be. Decentralized, the ability to be somewhere in the middle where the regular banks can still do business with you, but we're moving digital currency. We're moving into the new realm. You need to be able to touch both sides of it. And let me tell you, it's been tough. It's been tough. We've had to go from the United States to Canada to Bermuda to show our technology to the SEC, to the DOJ, to the FBI. We've been interviewed and screened from multiple countries. Banks have had to do their due diligence on us. They had to see what we're doing, why we're doing it. The Central Bank of Mexico decided to partner up with us because of everything that we have going on. QR code systems are now coming on play. We already have them on the Ulala platform with this Challenger Bank system. All of that. Then all of a sudden we got a call from the Vatican saying, would you like to apply to see if your company qualifies? And what we were happy to have is not only did we qualify, but a year later, after them seeing our technology and seeing what we can do, we actually won the first ever Laudato Si Challenge Business Impact Award from the Vatican. This tells us we're on the right track, but it also tells us that we have to pick our partners wisely. We have to pick people that believe what we believe that we can touch the world, believe that we can bank the world. If we can bank the world, then they can actually see how much money the rest of the world can actually make. They can actually see through a blockchain tracking system that that person's credit worthy. A new credit scoring system through our platform. A new digital age through our platform. And you get to be the catalyst. You get to tell people about it. I always say there's maybe once or twice in a lifetime that you get to see something big, something that can change everything. I believe that the synergy between both of our companies, what you have as a network, what we have as a platform, that if we can combine together and make this thing happen, we can touch the world in a way where they will remember us, right? A way where they will say, remember those Elicpcity people? We thought they were crazy. We thought they were out there, but now look, they've helped usher in a new world of financial inclusion. At least that's what Andres and I always talk about. I hope that you guys can somehow grab that energy, grab that commitment, because if you can, man, when you have a goal that big, just put yourself in my shoes, right? Born in a doghouse, almost became an Olympic athlete, been top business by a multimillionaire, broke records in Inc. 500, got invited to the Vatican to present. They get to choose your technology. Can you stop? Will you say, I couldn't do it? Will you say it got too hard? Would you say, this is tough. COVID is slowing us down. The world economy with COVID is slowing us down. We should quit. When you have that many people that believed in you, we can't quit. We can't quit. We're just getting started.
That's right.
And with all this launching, with the Elicpcity card, now it's not just that we're getting started. Now it's we have a partner that I believe can change the world if you guys work together. If you guys keep on doing what you're doing, when Andres is showing me the numbers and how they're stacking, how many more members are joining, I can bring that to Geneva. I can bring that to the Vatican. I can bring that to our NASDAQ events. We won the first ever blockchain business competition at NASDAQ. Why? Because we told them that one day we were going to have partners like this. Well, today's the day. We have partners with 10,000 users, 20,000 users, 50,000 users. But you have a partner with well over 200, 300, 400,000 users. 600,000 users. What can you do? In the next couple of weeks, we're going to be working so hard with Andres. We're already doing that. We're burning the candle on both ends. And I got to apologize. I thought this call was going to be at 8 p.m. my time, not 8 a.m. So I apologize about that. That was my fault. But in the next couple of weeks, as we're rolling out the technologies and rolling out features and getting your card shipped to over 160 countries, and now we're working on China is literally next month with Union Pay, we get to launch China. We believe we get to launch Russia as well that month or the month after that with either a virtual card or a physical card with Union Pay as well, since Union Pay is in Russia. We get to launch other countries like Colombia and Costa Rica and Panama. We're working. Now, the only thing we can't do, and we got to be real blunt with everybody, if there's a Visa, MasterCard banned in that country, we can't touch that country. We're working on that. We're seeing what we can do with digital APIs, maybe not the Visa card. But you'll have a partner that's continuously bringing in other banking relationships. You'll have a partner that's continuously evolving with you. I love the Elicpcity model with how you guys have a city and you're bringing in all these economies, here and there. And what we're saying is this. With us being able to do our job and bringing those tools to you, you're going to be able to do your job a lot better, a heck of a lot better. But there's a lot of work to be done. We need your help. We need your help getting the card, testing it. We need your help when you're finding anything that you're saying, if you can do this, this would be better. We need your help on the communications. We really want to make sure that we're always in the forefront of technology. And if you know Andreas, he's going to push the tech team to give you the best product out there. He's pushing us to give you the best product out there. But he comes from a good heart, and that's what matters. If we all stay with that energy, there's nothing that we cannot do. Elicpcity, ooh la la, and you. What could happen when you have this trifecta effect? I don't know. But what I do know is the banking world and everyone that says it can't be done, they better be scared right now because it just got done. It just happened, right? It took a while, but it literally just happened. I can't tell you how much we've made Andreas jump through hoops because bankers were like, what are you doing? How do you explain this? Right? They don't get decentralized, DeFi systems. They don't get the blockchain. They don't get that yet, but they are. They're seeing the power of it, and they're literally watching you guys grow, and they're getting scared because we told them, oh yeah, they'll onboard 20,000 people. Then they see the numbers, 100, 200, 300, 400. Now you're saying 600,000. That is scary for most banks because evolution, I was going to say revolution, an evolution is 10% more, right, in growth. When you have 30, 40, 50% growth, that's something else. I don't even know what to call that. Yeah. And you guys have that right now. Don't lose that. That momentum you have is because you're excited, you're passionate, you're doing this, you're doing that, and doors will open up for you just on that sheer excitement level. But they'll stay open when the commitment is there. When you put everything you have behind it, your will, your finances, your partnerships, your networks, everything. Because when you get more than 3 people excited about an idea, that idea takes shape. When you get 7 people excited by that idea, and they're all saying the same thing, it's a revolution. That's 7 people. That's 7 energies. You guys got 600,000 people all saying, yeah, I mean, you guys are all saying the same company, the same mantra, the same everything. This is incredible on what the momentum you're building. So, Andreas, I congratulate you. I congratulate your leaders. I'm looking forward to bringing you more and more. And again, I apologize sincerely. I really thought it was 8 p.m. Literally, you're texting me as I was trying to get some coffee, and I was like, what?
Not to worry, my friend, not to worry. I want to thank you for coming on it and bringing such a powerful call and powerful motivation towards what we're doing and what we're trying to accomplish together. Well, not trying, what we are accomplishing together, because as you just said, we just got it done.
Right.
We just got it done. So as of tomorrow, my friends, tomorrow afternoon, the Elicpcity debit card will be able to order and pay, and we will have a 3 weeks pre-order where we will then have a bulk order ship for everyone. Now, here's the kicker. everyone that makes their order of this card during those 3 weeks will get a 25% give back when we're shipping the cards. So take that advantage. Make sure you're getting your card, your Elicpcity debit card, powered by the Ulala platform and technology, which is massive. Oscar, if you want to round it up, if you have anything else to say, let us know. You know, we are super proud to be able to partner up with you and finally be able to bridge that gap between, you know, the cryptocurrency and the fiat world, so to say. We are here to bridge the gap between these two worlds. That is what we're doing.
I'll say one thing. When you're at the Vatican, and again, depending on what your religion is and whatnot, we belong to something called Humanity 2.0, which is all religions at the Vatican thinking about how we can impact humanity. That's why it's called Humanity 2.0.
Yeah.
There's a phrase that we have there that's called humane capitalism. Can you come up with a system that's humane and still makes money? I believe that this is it. I believe that financial inclusion is a must for humanity. That brings dignity. That brings a new open door for anyone that's trying to do something big in their lives. I believe that this humane capitalism is something that you're showing, that we're showing. But if we can bring it to light, like I said, together, then I can bring this message to our next Vatican trip. I can bring this message to Humanity 2.0, and I can bring it to leaders around the world that there is faith in humanity because we believe that we can make money and still be good people. If we can do that as a group, man, we start changing the world. And with your leadership and with the people you've told me that are your leaders, that their hearts and minds are in the right place, this message is going to resonate around the world. So I appreciate your time and I appreciate your group's effort. And we're looking forward to bringing you the first round. I've already told Andreas we're getting him a very special card on the first round. Trust me, he's probably going to want your leaderships to have the same thing. But really, great job. Keep going, and let's finish strong.
Absolutely, my friend. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for everything. You know, we are, you know, as you're saying, we're scratching the surface right now. We are going to make history. As I've said a long time, and to this entire community, we are building the world's first decentralized financial system, which will support millions of people around the world. And it's not just about making the crypto, it's about being able to liquidate it as well. And that is what we have now with the technology from Ulala, with our own branded debit card. We have something no one else has ever done. We're creating a revolution. With that, my friends, we are going to round it off. I want to thank everyone for coming on. This was a massive, massive call with an amazing 700 people on the call. Amazing, guys. You are everything. You are Elicpcity. So thank you to all of you. Tomorrow we will have a new Zoom. We will announce the websites and how you can order this card and all the benefits with it. Thank you so much, my friends. Have a good night. Bye-bye.